Hello everybody, back here again with our vlog a day, and today is Monday the 1st, and today was a beautiful day to be alive. It was a little bit windy, actually I should say it's a lot windy. It's like 20 plus mile an hour kind of consistency, cold, windy, just miserable. And when I say cold, I mean like 50, but the wind chill and stuff made it feel like it was in the 30s, 34 I think is what it said it was, and just not the most pleasant day to be in Florida. We don't get very many of these, so you kind of have to tolerate them when you get them, but man, it was just definitely not by any means, way, shape, or form a fun, beautiful day. It was a great day to be alive, but not the best weather day out there. So went ahead, got this morning, got a couple things accomplished, hopped in the hot tub like I do. The one dog had already gone home, the other dog goes home today, and the boxer goes home today. So I hopped in the hot tub. The guy went outside. It's funny because I let the dogs out. Bruce wants to go back inside before I get the hot tub ready even. He wants to go back in. He's a big old wuss. So he goes back in the house. I leave the other dog out, or dogs out, and then we kind of basically sometimes play fetch with them from the hot tub, whatever. They'll bring the ball back to me kind of thing. Other times I just kind of wander around the yard sniffing, chasing some lizards and whatnot. But today it was too cold. There's no lizards out running around. So she had nobody to chase, so she just kind of laid around like, what the hell, so it is what it is. I got inside, got a few other things taken care of. Nothing major, just simple little stuff, just kind of stuff needs to be done in the house. I did come outside, play with the dogs Sunday afternoon, chill out there a little bit. I got inside, I watched some YouTube videos trying to catch up on some stuff I really ever watched. Spent a little bit of time on the Webull app, playing with my stocks and stuff. It was interesting the weekend. There was a lot of speculation of what was going to happen, what was going to go down, and all the fun that comes with it. So it is what it is. I ended up buying into a little bit of AMC stock just because I thought, hey, everybody talking it's supposed to be the next GameStop, and we can go from there. And it is the fact that it's being shorted like crazy. And if we get enough people picking it up, there will be another run on it. It will not go to the numbers that that GameStop went to, because GameStop was a very early chance. You get that 1 in a million chance that happens in that first time run. It does not continue to do that over and over again, because guess what? The giant hedge funds investors are smart enough, and they see it starting to happen, they will be able to either buy a bunch themselves and or whatever. But I'm hoping I can double my money, maybe triple my money, and see what happens. I put in a little bit, not much, and I bought a few just kind of here and there, and then basically if it keeps falling, so there's a good chance it won't take off, I'll buy some more. I've kind of got a number where I'm willing to buy in at, and we'll see what happens with it. So I ended up buying, I think, 8 shares, a little higher than I should have, but I saw it starting to go up a little bit, and I thought, well, shit, maybe I missed the bottom, and I've got to get back into it. So didn't miss the bottom because it topped out and started going back down again in the process, but it is what it is. So it happens. I'm not playing with any large amounts of money. This is all basically house money at this point. This is playing off part of my profits I've made from the money I invested originally into that app and playing the stock market and whatnot. So I spent quite a bit of time, ironically enough, kind of researching it and doing that whole thing. Ended up getting a couple other things accomplished. Headed outside. I did hang outside a little bit with the dog for a while, kind of playing some fetch and stuff, and kind of playing outside, kind of giving her a little more of a break. Went and got our run done, got that all taken care of. We ended up knocking out a pretty good little distance today. Ava, the little dog was with me, instead of the little boxer, she was able to do the whole thing. Because it's nice and cool, I think made a difference. She didn't overheat as quickly, so she was able to go farther than normal. And got done with that, got back, got cleaned up, got everything ready to go. Waiting around, the owner came and got her. He was happy to see her, she was happy to see him. Everything went great. Had a good trip. They got back home from there, went ahead and basically got a couple other things accomplished in the house. Ended up making dinner for my wife. We ended up having just basically a simple little chicken and rice meal that I do in the steam cooker. And it was funny because the chicken breast that I had left, I had one breast left in 2 different bags. I have no idea how that happens, but I think the one I might have left back thinking, oh, I'll use it for something else because it's too big to fit in my steam cooker. It was a gigantic, massive thing. So I ended up having to chop off 2 chunks of it to make it fit in there properly and stuff. And trying to cut through frozen chicken with a knife without like a big giant butcher block and a giant mallet to just like a big, whacking hammer, to kind of come down with a big chopping, knife was not the easiest. So it took me a little while of sawing back and forth and kind of just it got there, but it wasn't as smooth as it could have been. So got it cut off, got it where it fit in there, chucked it in, went ahead, got it started. Karen came home from work. We hung around, watched a little bit of TV. Finally got done with the cooking, and sure enough, started cutting it up, kind of tearing it up, put it on top of the kind of like a stir fry type looking rice, kind of just like a rice bowl. And the inside of my chicken breast, that gigantic, massive one, was not fully cooked. So I basically cut around the part in the middle that wasn't. You could tell it was definitely undercooked. So I cut out the parts that were cooked and just left that there and chucked it away. So it's not that big a deal. So definitely wasn't eating undercooked chicken. I'm not willing to risk that. I know Tom Van ended up having one of those that damn near killed him. His wife left it out and thawed in the car. It was a whole long giant story in the podcast about it. But it was really interesting in the whole thing, and she almost killed her husband. And he ended up getting sick to his stomach for the first time in like 20 some years, and he was mad about it. So it's one of those things that happens in the process and goes from there. But yeah, so we went ahead, we had a wonderful meal. We went ahead and chilled out, watched some more TV. I was gonna head outside and have a cigar, and it was too windy and too chilly to make it worthwhile, in my opinion. So my theory is, if I'm not gonna enjoy it enough to, like, if I'm gonna sit there and be cold and have to bundle up and put on blankets and gloves and all that crap, I don't need a cigar that bad. This isn't like a cigarette. This isn't like I'm addicted to caffeine or nothing. This is a whole different world. These are where they need to go out there and enjoy them. And tonight was not going to be an enjoyable night, so I just held it. So we hung around inside, played a little bit of pinball, just kind of chilled out, and ended up heading to bed fairly early. Watched a little more TV in bed, and wrapped it up and called it a night. So it worked out very well. It's a beautiful day overall. Worked out simple and simplicity in the whole 9 yards. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.